there are thousands here at the Gaylord Center. But our international friends have eclipsed those numbers in dramatic ways in their initial forays into the CPAC world. And we are privileged and pleased to have some of them with us here tonight. And again, folks, just please, give us 1 minute. Thank you. Thank you. Got just a couple of folks that, quite bluntly, are worth hearing from. So if you could just conclude the sidebar conversations for just a minute and give our out-of-country guests a minute of your attention, I'd be very grateful. As I was saying just a moment ago, the CPACs that have been held internationally have been incredibly successful. In their maiden voyages, they have produced numbers and programs that far eclipse that of our own CPAC here in the US of A. One that was particularly important to me was held in Brazil last October. As some of my friends know, I was born in Brazil, and I was able to go back to the CPAC there, my first time back to my native land, and had an opportunity there to meet a rising star in Brazilian politics, a man of incredible charisma, intellect, and articulation of the values of the conservative movement in his country. He just happens to be the son of the president of Brazil, Jair Bolsonaro. He is himself a member of their Congress, and as I say, a charismatic and dynamic leader who I'm sure you're going to hear more from in his own right. He played host to the CPAC there, where they had more than 1,000 attendees in their maiden voyage. And so I am delighted to welcome once again my friend Eduardo Bolsonaro.
Thank you, Charlie. Do you know how I can talk to him like this? Because he is half Brazilian. That's true, he born in Brazil. But 100% Brazilian. It's my honor to be the first one to talk here in CPAC. So I do appreciate Charlie, MatchLab, Mercedes Lab, and all of Dan and all of the guys. For me, it's more than a pleasure. It's a unique opportunity that we have to show a little bit what is going on in Brazil and maybe inspire other countries, especially Latin American countries, to do the same. And when I do the same, we are working, trying to avoid other countries in our region to become a new Venezuela. Look very closely what is going on in Argentina. And I don't care, I can talk about Argentina and all the other countries because we are out of that politically correct. So I thank you very much, because in mainstream media sometimes we don't have the opportunity to talk about the truth. Usually the part of the mainstream media talks very bad about us. I mean, it's a daily fight against fake news. And for sure it's not different in Germany, in Italy, in South Korea, or our friends from Fox that I just met now, Herman, Santiago Abascal, the lady, and for sure you can count with us. We are for sure together fighting this fight, and here is a nice place to get more energy and go back home and do the right thing. So thanks God once more, Charlie, that I'm here. And I would like to say that in Brazil, in the first year, we reduced 20% the number of murders. We are not in a recession anymore. We grew up a little bit more than 1%. And a lot of other great things that I would love to talk to you, but it was necessary at least 1 week, Ambassador Nestor Foster, to talk. But I will have my opportunity Saturday morning in CPAC. And if possible, please take a look on that, because it will be very, very good, not only for Brazil, but also for other countries. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Eduardo, and please, please, pray for his father. Jair Bolsonaro is doing in Brazil what Donald J. Trump is doing here in the U.S., and he's now facing impeachment. So we know an awful lot about how that path goes, and the Bolsonaro administration needs your prayer over the next few weeks. One of the other nations which had a very, very successful CPAC, I also had a chance to travel many hours to be there, were our friends in Australia. And Andrew Cooper, who very effectively put that event together, is with us. He has been a friend of CPAC here in the U.S. for a long time, and it's great to have you back here, Andrew.
G'day, mates.
Aussie, Aussie, Aussie!
I just want to say that it's just an absolute privilege and an honour to be involved with the American Conservative Union and CPAC. If I was to describe one word that would, if I was to offer one word that would describe what I believe the American Conservative Union is about, it would be integrity. Integrity is an important and often misunderstood term, but these guys believe in what they're doing. They honour their commitments. They don't ask for too much. They do what they say they're going to do. Down under in Australia, CPAC went off. The CPAC brand translates. The CPAC brand, the Conservative Political Action Conference, is so important for our country in turning back the creeping tide of socialism, which is happening in most of our countries. Charlie, you came down under. I want to thank you for that. I want to thank Matt Schlapp, Dan Schneider, and the rest of the ACU community. Thank you very much. Hope to see you down under. Thank you.
Let me say, you all owe it to yourself to visit both Australia and Brazil. Our friends in Korea also hosted a CPAC this year, one which kind of melted over into another international situation because the American delegation was then invited to Hong Kong to join with protesters there against communist oppression. And so I'm delighted to welcome Ko Young-ju from the Republic of Korea to come and say hello and tell us about CPAC Korea.
Good afternoon, my fellow CPAC members. I'm Young-ju from South Korea. I co-chair an organization called KCPAC, Korean CPAC. 먼저 이런 훌륭한 자리에 저를 초청해 주신 매슐랩 회장님께 감사를 드립니다.
Mr. Matt Schlapp, the chairman of ACU, thank you so very much for giving me this opportunity to be all the way here to be with you.
그리고 KCPAC 회원 40여 명이 여기 참석할 수 있도록 후원해 주신 애니 회장님께 진심으로 감사를 드립니다.
I'd also like to express my deepest appreciation for Miss Annie Chan, who made this possible, and also she was the one who brought 40-some of us all there from South Korea to attend this great opportunity, CPAC, right here in Washington, D.C.
한국이 선거에 실패해서 좌파 정부가 들어서는 바람에 한미 관계도 이상해지고 굉장히 어려운 지경에 있습니다.
Believe it or not, the Korea-United States alliance and relationship in the past few years has been damaged because we have lost our elections against the leftist government and leftist parties.
지금 대부분의 한국 국민들은 한국 정부와는 달리 미국을 굉장히 좋아하고 있습니다. 그러니까 우리 미국과 한국의 보수주의 세력들이 힘을 합쳐서 이번 4월 총선에서 우리 보수 세력이 좌우파 세력이 승리할 수 있도록 많이 성원해 주시기 바랍니다.
Unlike the leftist current administration, the South Korean people actually do love the United States. And we ask for your help because we need to win our general election that is coming up in the month of April this year. And we need to win, and we only can do it if we and the United States work together and stand strong together.
God bless America. God bless all Koreans. Thank you.
God bless America and God bless all Koreans. Thank you.
And is Jay Aida here? He is. Our friend from Japan, one of the flagship enterprises of international CPACs. The Japanese CPAC has gone to heights that none of us could have imagined under the leadership of our good friend Jay Aida. And it's a pleasure to welcome you back to CPAC. He's been here many, many times. I can't even count how many. But it's always a delight to see you, Jay, and welcome.
Good evening, everyone. My name is J. Jikido Aeba, a chairman of Japanese Conservative Union.
今日こうしてインターナショナル CPAC のレセプションが開ける日が来るというのは僕にとっても夢のようです。
This is like a dream to me that we are holding this international CPAC like this.
今から5年前、まだ議長に就任したばかりのマット・シュラップやダン・シュナイダーとこういうことができるようになるといいねと話し合ったのが本当にもう夢のような時間です。
I remember the time that 5 years ago I had a talk with Matt Schrapp and Dan Schneider that we wish we could do this kind of things. So that was like a dream.
私も今まで CPAC は2011年からずっと出続けてこれで9回目になります。
So I myself have kept coming back here to see American CPAC 9 times for this time.
そして日本で CPAC を開くようになってももうこれで3回開くことができました。
We've also held Japanese CPAC 3 times already.
また日本からはこの CPAC のために去年は30人、今年は45人もの日本からのメンバーがこの CPAC に駆けつけています。
Last year from Japan, 30 people from Japan attended this American CPAC, and this year 45 Japanese friends all the way to here.
Thank you. もともとこうして世界で CPAC を開こうという動き、特にアジアから始まったんですけれども、やはりアメリカにとっても、そして、アジア、日本にとっても非常に憂慮すべき中国の覇権主義、ソーシャリズムに対する戦いからこのインターナショナル CPAC の動きが起こったものと振り返って、私はそう感じています。
So I'm again convinced that this international CPAC movement started to be against the rising totalitarianism of China, which is becoming a threat to Asian countries as well as all over the world.
これから世界中でどんどん保守主義の動きが大きく広がっていって、自由、そして責任、繁栄、こうした素晴らしい価値観が世界に行き渡っていくよう、私もまた英州の皆さんと一緒に、そして世界のコンサバティズムの仲間たちと一緒に全力を尽くしていきたいと思います。チャーリー、共に頑張ろうね。
Liberty, self-responsibility, and prosperity are the principles of conservatism. So we really wish that this conservative movement are going to expand all over the world. So let us work together to realize our mission and vision. Let's work together with Charlie from now on. Thank you so much. Thank you very much for your time.
And thank all of you. And let us work together with our international partners and friends to be sure that freedom wins and socialism loses. Enjoy the evening.
Hi, Jane. You look tired.
maybe